Christian Bale stands out as one of this century's best lead actors, known for his extraordinary ability to transform into characters through drastic physical and psychological changes that often require months of preparation and extreme discipline. His commitment goes far beyond mere physical shifts. He immerses himself deeply in the role, adopting not only the character's habits and speech patterns, but also their mindset and emotional state with near obsessive intensity. Bale is famous for remaining in character even off camera, maintaining accents, mannerisms, and demeanor during interviews, press tours, and casual interactions, which adds a remarkable layer of authenticity and continuity to his performances that few actors achieve. This dedication was dramatically showcased in leaked audio recordings where he angrily declared, "I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired." Spoken in character, demonstrating his profound embodiment and the seriousness with which he approaches his craft. His approach to acting mirrors that of other intense method actors like Robert Downey Jr., who similarly refuses to drop character until he completes all aspects of filming, including behind-the-scenes commentary. Bale's career began when he was young, with his breakthrough role often credited to the 2000 film American Psycho. However, many critics and fans trace his true start back to 1987's Empire of the Sun, in which a 13-year-old Bale profoundly impressed Steven Spielberg with his emotional depth and complexity, showcasing a precocious talent. Throughout the 1990s, Bale steadily gained recognition through roles in films like Newsies and Little Women, but it was American Psycho that truly cemented his reputation for intense, psychologically complex performances that captivated audiences. Interestingly, Bale nearly lost the iconic role of Patrick Bateman to Leonardo DiCaprio because of concerns about DiCaprio's existing fame overshadowing the character. But director Mary Harron staunchly defended Bale, praising his raw intensity and dedication to portraying the chilling persona authentic. Bale's remarkable vocal skill was also on display as he flawlessly concealed his natural Welsh accent, convincing viewers that he was a native American, a testament to his meticulous preparation and attention to detail. To prepare for Bateman's eerie charm and unsettling charisma, Bale studied Tom Cruise's Letterman interview extensively to capture the subtle nuances of charm masking menace. Co-star Chloe Sevigny recalled Bale's intense focus on set, which was initially misinterpreted as aloofness, but quickly became understood as part of his extraordinary commitment and undeniable talent. Over time, American Psycho evolved into a cult classic, largely due to Bale's portrayal of Bateman's detached, enigmatic persona that resonated deeply with viewers who were drawn to themes of control, charisma, and chaos. Bale's ability to fully inhabit complex and often dark roles has made him a standout figure in modern cinema, celebrated not only for his extraordinary dedication and physical transformations, but also for the emotional authenticity and depth he brings to each character, earning him critical acclaim, numerous awards, and a loyal global fan base. His continuous evolution as an actor ensures his status as one of the most compelling and respected performers of his generation. After feeling creatively unfulfilled by the roles he had taken on earlier in his career, Christian Bale began to adopt a more cautious and deliberate approach to selecting his projects, focusing on those that would effectively showcase the full breadth and depth of his acting range. This thoughtful strategy eventually led to his transformative and widely praised performance in the 2004 psychological thriller The Machinist, where he portrayed Trevor Resnick, a machinist plagued by severe chronic insomnia and a rapid mental decline that wreaked havoc on his physical and psychological state. To authentically embody the character's extreme physical deterioration, Bale undertook a grueling and highly disciplined regimen, losing an astonishing 62 pounds and dropping his weight down to a skeletal 120 pounds. His initial extreme diet was shockingly sparse, consisting primarily of whiskey and cigarettes, which he later modified to a slightly more sustainable intake of black coffee, a single apple, and a small tin of tuna each day. This emaciated, gaunt appearance was so alarming that it raised concerns among his colleagues on set, prompting the film's director to intervene and prevent Bale from continuing to lose weight when he expressed a desire to reduce his body mass further to just 99 pounds. The drastic transformation not only made performing the physically demanding action scenes exceptionally challenging, but also occasionally resulted in unintentionally comical moments due to his fragile state. Despite averaging only about 2 hours of sleep each night during this period, Bale reported experiencing a surprising mental clarity that allowed him to dive deeply into the complex psychological aspects of his character, enhancing the authenticity and emotional impact of his performance. His unwavering dedication and willingness to endure such extreme physical and mental hardships earned him widespread critical acclaim, revitalized his career, and firmly established him as one of the most committed and transformative actors of his generation, known for fully immersing himself in his roles regardless of the personal cost. Before taking on his next role, Christian Bale faced not just the challenge of regaining the weight he had lost, but actually needed to put on significantly more muscle. In 2005, when Batman Begins was released, Bale portrayed both Bruce Wayne and Batman, and since Bruce Wayne is known for being a physically imposing superhero, the filmmakers were understandably concerned after seeing Bale's gaunt appearance in The Machinist. There was about a 6-month gap between finishing The Machinist and his screen test for Batman Begins, during which director Christopher Nolan advised him simply, "Become as big as you could be." Taking this to heart, Bale hired a personal trainer and spent the next 6 months lifting weights and indulging in a high-calorie diet full of pizza and ice cream. However, he went a bit overboard, gaining a staggering 100 pounds, much of which was fat, not muscle, and this excess weight was not suitable for the role. Consequently, before filming began, Bale had to shed approximately 30 pounds to achieve a more muscular and athletic 190-pound physique. A striking transformation from his emaciated look in The Machinist. Committed as always, Bale fully immersed himself in the character, even reportedly having Bruce Wayne labeled on his trailer instead of his own name, and he kept his native Welsh accent under wraps by speaking with Bruce Wayne's American accent during all promotional interviews. The reasons for this choice remain speculative. Perhaps he wanted to avoid confusion about Batman's voice or simply to maintain his focus on the role. As for Batman's distinctive gravelly voice, it was partly Bale's idea to portray the character as a rage-fueled creature rather than the more traditional, stoic Batman we'd seen before. Nolan embraced the concept, and this decision led to Bale losing his voice multiple times during filming due to the strain of the growling tone. Interestingly, Bale also despised the Batsuit from the very beginning, finding it restrictive and uncomfortable. But this discomfort oddly enhanced his performance by keeping him in a consistently irritable mood, perfect for Batman's dark persona. Beyond the physical transformation, Bale went all out by performing many of his own stunts and undertaking rigorous training in weapons handling, Wing Chun, Kung Fu, and the Kisi fighting method to authentically embody the character's fighting style. The film received glowing reviews and outperformed expectations, surprising skeptics who doubted Christian Bale's star power, especially since it lacked the classic Batman villains fans had long anticipated and eagerly awaited. This success highlighted not only Bale's compelling and intense portrayal of Bruce Wayne Batman, but also the film's groundbreaking darker, more realistic tone and its intricately woven complex narrative, which resonated deeply with audiences and critics alike. The movie offered a fresh, psychologically rich take on the superhero genre, moving away from campy or over-the-top superhero tropes, and instead exploring themes of fear, chaos, and moral ambiguity in a way that felt both innovative and profoundly human. It paved the way for 2 critically acclaimed and commercially successful sequels starring Bale, firmly solidifying his reputation as a leading actor who could carry a major blockbuster franchise with a rare blend of intensity, subtlety, and emotional depth. Following the Batman trilogy, Bale sought out a challenging and transformative role in Werner Herzog's 2006 film Rescue Dawn, a project notorious for its grueling and demanding production conditions. Herzog, known for his exacting and sometimes ruthless directing style, warned Bale and the cast about the extreme physical and psychological challenges they would face, including filming in snake-infested waters, dealing with leeches at night, and performing harrowing survival scenes that required biting off the heads of snakes. Bale embraced these challenges wholeheartedly in pursuit of authenticity and a truthful portrayal. In the film, he played Dieter Dengler, a real-life U.S. pilot who was shot down during the Vietnam War and held captive in a brutal prison camp. To accurately depict Dengler's harrowing physical decline, Bale underwent a drastic transformation, losing an astonishing 55 pounds. The filmmaker shot the movie in reverse chronological order so that Bale's gradual weight loss would be captured authentically on screen, adding a visceral realism to his performance. Over 44 intense days of shooting in the jungles of Thailand, Bale endured numerous physical and mental hardships, including swimming alongside venomous snakes, wrestling with a live snake, trekking barefoot through rough terrain, suffering multiple leech bites, eating live maggots, and being yanked forcefully by a buffalo. Herzog himself performed the most perilous stunts first to ensure the safety of the cast and crew. At times, the actors were chained for hours, which induced significant anxiety and discomfort. In one famously harrowing stunt, Bale was hung upside down while ants crawled across his face, and due to a tragic miscommunication, he was spun around, resulting in injuries that left him incapacitated for several days. Bale's extraordinary commitment and fearless dedication to his craft made his performance unforgettable and firmly established why he is regarded as one of the most dedicated and fearless actors in contemporary cinema, willing to push his body and mind to the absolute emotional depth and despite all the chaos surrounding the film, it performed well at the box office and received largely positive reviews, with most of the acclaim directed at both Herzog and Bale. Critics praised Bale for fully immersing himself in his role, and Herzog expressed how much he enjoyed working with Bale, noting that he had recognized him as one of the most talented actors of his generation well before Bale took on the role of Batman. This period marked the real breakthrough in Bale's career, as he began landing a variety of compelling roles. In 2008, he returned as Batman in The Dark Knight, but this time he didn't need to bulk up as much. Although still in great shape, he didn't add the same amount of muscle, fitting better into the new, leaner, and more flexible Batsuit design, which also allowed him to execute the Kesey fighting method far more effectively than in Batman Begins. Bale continued to perform many of his own stunts, even convincing the filmmakers to let him do the rooftop scenes where Batman surveys the city, rather than using a stunt double. However, despite Bale's dedication, his performance somewhat took a backseat to Heath Ledger's unforgettable portrayal of the Joker, which completely stole the spotlight in the film. On a different note, in the summer of 2008, while filming Terminator Salvation, an audio recording leaked of Bale angrily berating cinematographer Shane Hurlbut. Hurlbut had wandered into a scene to adjust lighting, which frustrated Bale to the point that he verbally lashed out and even threatened to quit the production. Bale has since apologized for the incident, but it was amusing to hear most of his rant delivered in the American accent he used for the film. No, don't shut me up. Now that's some next-level commitment. In 2010, Bale once again underwent a dramatic physical transformation for the fighter, losing an additional 30 pounds on top of the weight he had already dropped for Terminator Salvation in order to portray Dickie Eklund, boxer Mickey Ward's half-brother and trainer. Since Dickie was a crack addict during the film's timeline, Bale's significant weight loss was essential to authentically represent the character. He spent a lot of time with the real Dickie to perfect his mannerisms and remained in character throughout the entire shoot. The film performed strongly both critically and commercially, with Bale's performance earning particular praise. His work was so well received that he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Unlike many Oscar winners who might slow down or face a career lull afterward, Bale's momentum only grew stronger, and he was poised for even bigger roles, literally. Jumping ahead to 2013, Bale starred in American Hustle as Irving Rosenfield, a sleazy conman caught up in a government sting operation. To fully inhabit the character, he packed on a substantial 43 pounds. However, unlike his previous weight gains, this time he was not aiming for a muscular build. Starting from his 135 pounds in The Fighter, he increased to 190 pounds for The Dark Knight Rises, and then to over 230 pounds for American Hustle. But it wasn't just about the weight. Bale also shaved his head, sported a comb-over, and adopted a slouched posture that eventually caused a herniated disc. His transformation was so complete that Robert De Niro had to pull the director aside to ask who Bale was, despite having met him before. Beyond the physical changes, Bale dedicated a lot of time studying footage of the con artist Mel Weinberg to capture his mannerisms. All this effort paid off. The film was a box office success and received critical acclaim, earning Bale a Best Actor Oscar nomination. However, the significant weight gain put his next role as Moses in Exodus, Gods and Kings at risk. Fortunately, he managed to lose the excess weight in time for filming, though missing out on that role would have been a catastrophic setback for him. In 2015, Christian Bale delivered a compelling portrayal of Michael Burry in Adam McKay's film, Big Short, fully embodying the eccentric and deeply analytical hedge fund manager who famously predicted the collapse of the U.S. housing market. Bale's dedication was evident as he meticulously studied Burry's unique mannerisms, speech patterns, and personal quirks, which included his habit of walking barefoot and donning cargo shorts, effectively capturing the character's unconventional and introverted persona. This attention to detail extended beyond mere physicality. Bale immersed himself in understanding Burry's complex psyche and financial acumen, contributing to a nuanced and authentic performance that resonated with audiences and critics alike. Remarkably, during filming, Bale suffered a severe knee injury, but was adamant about performing a challenging drumming scene himself, an intense physical and emotional moment for the character, which necessitated the presence of medical staff on standby to ensure his safety. His commitment paid off, earning him widespread critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. 3 years later, Bale undertook another transformative role as Dick Cheney in H-Vis, a biographical film that required an even more drastic physical and psychological metamorphosis. To embody the former vice president, Bale gained 40 pounds, bleached his eyebrows, completely shaved his head, and used a specialized neck exercise machine to replicate Cheney's distinctive look and posture, demonstrating an extraordinary level of physical dedication. Beyond the physical transformation, Bale engaged in exhaustive research, delving into Cheney's political policies, speeches, and public persona, while also improvising lines to adapt to McKay's dynamic directing style. His attentiveness and presence of mind were so sharp that he even helped detect a potential heart attack in McKay during the shoot, highlighting his professionalism and care on set. Although Davis received a mixed critical reception, Bale's performance was widely praised, earning him a Golden Globe Award and another Oscar nomination. The following year, he shocked audiences yet again by losing 70 pounds to portray legendary race car driver Ken Miles in A Ford v Ferrari, a role that showcased his physical versatility and commitment to authenticity. His extreme diet regimen, however, led him to reconsider undertaking such drastic physical transformations in the future, prioritizing his health moving forward. To enhance realism, Bale took professional driving lessons, even though most of the high-octane racing scenes were executed by skilled stunt drivers. Despite the acclaim he received for his portrayal, Bale's role in Ford v Ferrari did not secure Oscar nomination, a surprise to many given his previous accolades. Across these diverse roles, Bale's intense physical transformations, Thorough research and unwavering dedication have solidified his reputation as one of the most versatile and committed actors in contemporary cinema, consistently pushing the boundaries of performance art to bring his characters to life with authenticity and depth. That performance marked the last time we saw just how deeply committed he can be to a role, though he hasn't stopped impressing us. Since then, he's appeared in only 3 films, but fully committed to each. His roles in Amsterdam and as Gar in Thor, Love and Thunder stood out, even if the movies received poor reviews. It seems his extreme physical transformations are behind him and his off-screen dedication has softened. Natalie Portman said he'd show up as Gore looking intimidating, then casually say, "Hey, what's up?" Such commitment off-camera requires unique dedication, almost madness, something Jared Leto might also pull off. What do you think? Is there a more devoted actor? Share your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.